Hello everyone, welcome back to Trev Dog Gaming here on YouTube. This is the game The Infected and we are now in Season 2, Episode 19. Well, yeah, just caught me in the middle of gardening basically. I've decided, I'm trying to keep as many of these melons and pumpkins as I can. Not harvesting them yet. I think 8 in there. I think, was it 4 in there? So yeah, not doing too bad. I've got to show you a whole bunch of things, but first of all, let me just replant these guys. I have got a lot of seeds. I'm dying. I'm not sure, but I've got this funny feeling that we might. Yeah, we may end up just having 4 or 5 levels straight up, and then I'll put the food growing area and the kitchen area right up the top there somewhere. So we have like a little bit of a veranda slash balcony area in which, if you could go back to last season's episodes, I had like a glass enclosed sort of, not sure what you call it. It almost felt like a restaurant over the bridge slash water area that was built, and it kind of looked pretty good to me, and kind of looking forward to doing something similar again, I suppose. So what did I do in here? Off camera, I went and grabbed some stuff out of the mine. I think I've still left it as cobalt, but I grabbed some cobalt, built 3 cupboards for cobalt, so they're going along. The lead's going along, aluminium, iron. Hang on, I need to take 5 with me. I've paused this for the time being. When I came back, I've got a couple more cobalt on me. We do need to make some steel. So anyway, that's still progressing okay. I've got to build this butcher's table. So I've got 5 iron ingots in there at the moment. So another 5 that I've just picked up will finish it. Yay! So finally. I've kind of been dying to be able to do this. Just bring the wagon in. And then grab him off and put him straight on there. Because I want the liver. Where's me liver? There it is. Okay. So unless what should we do? Hang on. I've got to show you this too. The whole episode, today's episode, really, wash my hands before I do anything else, is really about trying to fix up the rest of the perimeter fencing. Now this is not that great. If you have a look, the spike trap was only 100. The wooden fence is only 100, but I'm just not sure whether these guys are dopey enough to not understand how to get through. I don't know. I'm not sure. Anyway, I stopped the fence on this side kind of in the water. Never noticed that plant before. Kind of looks half like seaweed, half like something else. So I'm not sure if they'll go through this thick water, so this could be as far as we need to have it. But today's episode, we're going to have to kind of go from that side, and this is the bigger area. So I might start it and have to finish it off camera, I don't know. But anyway, this is definitely... Sorry, I got distracted so many times. This is definitely a big enough area to house Mike's areas, and technically you could, I suppose, actually have the veggie patches. Hang on, what's it called again? Place others. The greenhouse. Sorry, the greenhouse is where we make all our stuff. So we could technically have it on the ground, or we could have it up top. You know, there's plenty of options there, I suppose. So this is what I've been dying to do: cook up a blinking liver, man. Not doing too badly on all that, I suppose. Need some water. But yeah, so I started doing the perimeter fence on that side. I don't mind it. And if you can recall from last episode, I had a little wooden gate, and I've replaced it with a massively expensive metal gate, which will be the final result. But yeah, we've got to put some other fencing in place too, which is, and I've kind of called the episode more a basic defensive fencing because it's really not that great. So if we were to place Where is it? Where is it? Construction other? Yeah. So this guy, the barbed wire fence, that's ultimately what we want to do. This wooden fence can be upgraded to whatever it was, cement, concrete. So we can do that. And I've got a feeling it might up the hit points to maybe, I don't know, is it 500 or 200? I don't know. It'll make it harder for them to break through. But they definitely seem to get damaged when they're touching this guy, the barbed wire fence. And if we upgrade this thing to 500 hit points from the current 100, although that is extremely expensive, I think it's 20 iron fragments per upgrade, or per fence section, so yeah, she ain't cheap. Okay, so here's something I want to show you. So if you look down at the bottom on the cooked liver, the orange is like max health, a permanent plus 0.05, and a max stamina permanent plus 0.05. So if you watch over to the right hand side where I've got health and stamina, currently it's 100/100. If you eat enough of these, they will gradually increase those values. So if I eat, can I eat this? I'll try, it doesn't really matter. It basically increases those little circles of red and purple next to health and stamina respectively, because it's basically incrementally increasing you to the next level. So my next level from 100 will be 101, next level 102, and so on. So that's what I'm aiming for. The other thing I might do in here, I don't want to take too much of the meat with me because they're actually fairly heavy, so I'll keep 2 or 3 on me, and the rest of them, where was I putting it? Hang on, was it down the bottom? Yeah, down the bottom. So, if this stuff goes off, all that happens is it becomes spoiled food, which we can turn into biofuel, and then we can use that in our mining equipment. I also added one here. So, I could just sit this, I think last season I had 4 of these and they were just set to extract only stone. So it just sits there and it gets pieces of iron as well out and so on, iron ore that is. So it's not a bad thing to have. Where can I throw this stuff? I was thinking, I think the animal hide, I think I had, no hang on, I had bones and shards here, I might put it in here. And it's going to be so important that we get more and more animal fat so we can make tallow, so we can make our med kits and stuff, or we just simply go for a run to the towns, do a little bit more foraging in the towns around the place. Alright, we can get this thing out of the lounge-ish area, if you want to call it that. Alright, so over... And I did make a third bench again. I thought it's going to take me a while to get everything I need for this. Oh, actually, cobalt ingots. Hang on a second. Hang on. Now that I've got cobalt... Take 10. Put back 8. And they look like they're all neat again. I should be... Hang on. Probably not that big a deal if we did grab some... Oh, actually, no. I'll just stick to biofuel. No, hang on. I think it actually. I don't think you can use biofuel in there. I don't think. Hang on. Let's just test this. I'm pretty certain you can't. I think these guys, the big electric circular saws, need it. So put in these guys. So that's all up and running again. Hang on. Can I steal a tree for a sec? So this is really, I don't really want to be working on this because I want Mike here. he can do all the work. So if I put the logs in here, and then I put the oil in there, let's just see, does it take biofuel? It doesn't. See how it's gone red? I can't put it in. So oil I can. And so there you go. So it automatically just takes the logs from out of this left hand side and produces the planks on this side. But the catch is, instead of producing 2 planks like the old ones do, this now produces 4. So just those 3 logs will produce a dozen planks. So not bad. And if Mike's coming over and replacing your logs and stuff, you can just keep putting them into here, have a whole bunch of them set up. So, at some point we're probably going to have what I thought was going to be this area, but I might leave this as part of the main building. This is now definitely big enough to do all this. So we'll have another like manufacturing area underneath here. Or not so much underneath, but I suppose undercover, I guess I could say. And that's where, you know, basically Mike can come and put all his logs in there, and then we can keep manufacturing planks as we need them. But I really need to get Mike before I start building much more, because otherwise what's the point of having Mike? If you've finished all the building, you don't really need him anymore, kind of thing. Anyhow, so all that's done, but I kind of wanted to hurry up and get all this sorted out. So and like I started building this, and then I thought, oh, I probably don't need it, so we'll just not build these to start with. We'll get back a few of our bits and pieces, but we'll need it fairly soon. So where it juts out, probably maybe just in front of where it is now. If we have a look back, I like, you know, and it kind of molds into the building a bit, if that makes sense. So here we go. So the wooden fence, and then I'll put the spiked part of the fence in front of it, sort of thing. So just that they can't get in. Maybe right there. Yeah, hang on, is that straight? Yeah, that's kind of straight. Alright, so if I'm looking from this angle, I want it to go into the rock face a little bit, about there. Okay. And then as you move along, these things kind of click into place a bit anyway. Now, do I want to go straight down there? I think the difference was the claim pole, or pole claim, whatever it is over there. It basically had a longer distance to go to get to that side. So this side shouldn't have as much of a problem. But let's see. Oh, is that going to be a problem? Being that low? I don't know. Might do a little bit of an angle at this point. Might have to come back and re-look at that. Alright, so we're kind of coming back in a little bit now, but as you can see, it's a pretty long run of the... What? How's that going to work? Is that going to actually work? Hang on a second. Hang on. Let me just delete the last couple. The rest of them are probably okay, but it starts to get, I think, a wee bit high, it does. Yeah, I'm going to pull it back in a little bit so it's back to that level. That way it kind of looks like it's more on the ground, I think. It's got the same problem here. Now, must be built within a land claim pole radius, so it thinks that that's a little bit too far out. Where can we put it? Maybe here. Will it let me put another one on an angle? Is it? I think I'm too... am I stretching this? Maybe I am stretching it. Oh, wow. Okay, that might be as far into the water as I can go. I don't know whether they'll not want to go into there or not. I don't know. Hey, look, somebody left some logs here before. So, yeah, I have to go and grab all the rope. And then basically it's a ton of logs. 6 per fence panel. So, that one there was bad enough doing that off camera. Probably should harvest that. Did I get my water before? Oh yeah. Oh no, it's dirty water. Oh, be careful, Trev. Almost guzzled the poisonous dirty water. Alright, so we can get that to cook up. We're alright for everything else. Oh yeah, the rope. So, I made a ton of rope before. That's probably by far enough. So let's just put a few bits and pieces back in here. We don't need sticks. I absolutely love the iron weapons and tools now. So easy to come in here and resharpen them. So that's them all done. And have a look at how much oil it's used. Yeah, it hardly uses anything. Alright, I can... Where did I have the biofuel? Up here. Put that back. Put this stone in here. The water's done, is it? There you go. 200 clean water. Have a drinky. And now off we go with all our rope. Hey, there's a pumpkin. So, 4 rope. 4 rope. So I guess... Oh, actually, we might have had to have grabbed a few more. Yeah, I was going to say, is there a frog there or not? Actually, I should grab them every time I see them, because even if you don't eat them, they end up becoming spoilt food for you anyway. Rope. Rope. So I think I had more than 13 fence paling things here, so I might need to go back and grab a bit more rope. Yeah, there you go. Alright. Because it will be good just to not have to jump over those things all the time as well. Let me just take the rest of this, throw the remainder back in there. He doesn't seem to get too hurt too easily when he's jumping over things and stuff. It doesn't seem to be a huge fall damage in the game, which is good. And then we'll have to go and crank through a whole bunch of trees over the fence here. They'll all come back. But, well, and see, this is the advantage of having the iron tools too, because I can absolutely fly through this a lot easier. When you've got the iron tools and only have to hit things half the amount of time, basically. Not sure how well that's going to defend, but all we can do is build stuff and then just tweak it as we go along, basically. And then, you know, we might end up going into a lot of mining stuff in the next episode or 2 or whatever, so... Yeah, we won't be around here cutting down trees much, and it'll work well because we'll end up giving the trees a chance to come back, I suppose. Kind of get a bit out of whack because you can only carry 3 at a time. I don't think having the wagon with me is going to be that much of an advantage. If anything, it might end up getting in the way, so I'd rather just... Well, if I get further and further enough away from the fence line and there's no trees, then I might get the wagon, but at the moment there's not much point filling it up. I'll just chop down these trees that are fairly close. If you were doing it right, it shouldn't take too long at all. Or, when I say right, I mean, you know, adding everything as efficiently as possible. It's a pity you can't upgrade how many of these things you can grab at once, though. Okay, hop on this side of the fence. Not sure if Mike really would have helped me that much, being here. Well, put it this way, at least the crops are being watered. So there is kind of a bit of an advantage in having it come over and rain on us. It is a shame that the rain coming down on us doesn't fill up our thirst bar. That would have been good. Yeah, I honestly can't. I can't remember the Vambies being that much of a problem before. I think what had happened was they'd come up and get caught on the kind of the fence line a fair bit, and they would almost, end up killing themselves, kind of thing. And then they would definitely do damage to the fence line, but because it wasn't enough to permanently break the fence, Mike could just be on the inside repairing it. So, you can obviously give him tasks and stuff, and one of them I used to do was just set him to repair things. As long as he's got enough repair kits and that, he'd just run all over the shop fixing everything up, which was just such a good thing. I actually wonder whether they'll ever bring in another helper. That you can assign tasks to as well. Don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. Maybe they won't get on well together and they break stuff or argue, waste time, I don't know. You could do whatever you wanted to do if you were making the game, I guess. Hey, there's a couple of melons here. Okay, I'm gonna have to grab them before they disappear. Alright, let's grab this one that's further away. See, that's not too bad. We're probably halfway. I just can't jump over there sometimes. So frustrating. Now, okay, there's one more spot. Well, that'll be good because we'll end up with a full box of pumpkins. Oops. I have noticed I can actually jump the fence if I jump it on a bit of an angle. Assuming I've got stamina. I feel like I'm in the hurdles or something. The poor guy's been run pretty hard. There you go. 10 pumpkins, 4 watermelons. I mean, that'll push you all the way through winter easy. Even if you had two, say you had 2 of those per day, and I think it's about 4-day period for winter, I think. Yeah, you should easily be able to cruise it through, really. 2 in there. So yeah, this is only the basic defensive stuff, because nothing's been upgraded yet. We definitely need other things like cement mixers and stuff like that. And that really does require power and stuff. It's just this big long technology tree of stuff that you need to work through and tick off one after another on a list, I suppose. But at least this sets also the perimeter of the property too. You know how much room you've got to do stuff in and whatnot. One more for that one. Okay, we're not that far away from finishing it. Oh, hang on a second. Oh, damn it. Oh, he's going that way. Geez, how far up here did I throw the... Oh, there's another pumpkin. Oh, I can harvest that. Where the crap did I put these things? Be careful I don't run into the bozos on the way up. Because the further away from the base I get, there is a reasonable chance I'll find them. Where did the deer go? Thanks for that extra pumpkin, game. Because every time I harvest it, I get seeds. I'll go back to cutting, I guess. Where did he go? Can I see him? No, he couldn't come over to this side of the property. Oh, there he is. Really? Yep. Oh, crap, he's inside my fence. Oh, damn it. Well, that's 2 hits. He's going to go down. He'll bleed out. Problem is where he will bleed out. Can just see him. Here he comes. There he is. Alright. You got any arrows left on you, dude? That was a lot. I need my cart. Be a lot easier if I dump him on the road, then I'll be able to see him again. Alright. I'm off to get my cart. Only got like half a dozen of these things left. There you go. You can hurdle them sideways for some reason. Because now, hey, there's another pumpkin there. What's with all the pumpkins? Well, I don't know. I'm not complaining. Just get as many of them as you can. Oh, he's out of puff already. Yeah, you'd love to be able to get his stamina up to 200 or something. The good news about this thing too is that if you put an animal like this in the cart, they don't go off. They don't disappear, they don't despawn. And then, you know, you have enough of them sitting in carts, you've got extra food just sitting there too, so that's a good thing. So we can deal with that later. We will, whoops, harvest, if we can get the mouse to click on it. There you go. It is a bit funny trying to get that to work sometimes. He had no chance. Alright, see if we can grab a... oh, corn. So now it's like... excuse me. Now it's like one of these things where every single time I see a plant or anything, I'm gonna grab it. Because, yeah, we want to be able to produce as much biofuel at the moment as we can until we get an oil extractor or 2 or 3. Actually, I think I had 2 last season and it was heaps. It's absolutely fine. So even just getting 1 will certainly help us, so we don't have to worry so much about biofuel. But it's funny though, because by the time you get the greenhouse up and running and you can put crops in there, if you did that, you could just completely, you know, pull out all your crops and replant them fairly quickly, fairly easily, and just store all your food in a box so that they actually go off. And then you're just getting this enormous amount of biofuel. Alright, well, as soon as we get this done, won't take much to finish this off. At least it does outline... oh, hang on a second. Hang on. Before I do that, I need a gate up this end. So let's confirm that we don't want these here. Just let me drop these over here for a sec. Let me just move this. It's going to be... I have noticed that it goes green just as the top part of the spiked area sits on the bottom railing. Something like that. So let me just move these into place so it sits something like that. Then we need the gate before darkness comes upon us. Hopefully I got the gate round the right way. I haven't put anything in them yet, but yeah, normally it's these big pokey things at the bottom. Which way was I going to do it? Outside or inside? I think I was coming inside, I think. Hang on. Can't quite see. Is that in line? Yeah, that's kind of in line. Okay. And maybe bring it back a little bit. Doesn't really matter if this is not dead center either. So there's the fence that I've already made, so it's got to go about here somewhere. Alright, so where does that line up? Yeah, that's probably going to still work. They can't slide through there at all. Yeah, that's a lot of material. Hey, man. Alright, well, so they're all done. I'll take these back inside, and then we'll come out and grab all these ones here that are on this outside line, and put them up against the fence, and then we'll change. Where are we going with these, Trev? I think we might just use them in here. That was unfortunate for you, Mr. Frog, right in front of me. Like that. Oh, it went out. Oh. Gee, I didn't think it was that long ago that I had it all fired up and ready to go. Although I'm outside doing a heap of stuff, I suppose. There you go. Alright, let's put some of this stuff back. So, seeds away. Plant fibre, put those away. We don't have an awful lot of rope at the moment, but just give me a sec. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 rope. So if I do that, give ourselves a fair bit of rope. There you go. Now I'm right for a bit. Okay, we'll go to sleep, and in the morning, because we're not doing much in terms of, actually, what is the time? 10:21, so it's definitely time. We might just bring this up a little bit higher. Can put another one on there. Eat one of them, drink that. I think I'm gonna put these 2 in there. Alright, I'm gonna go to bed. I'll see you guys in the morning. Okay, morning enough, about 4. Cool, so this will give me some more water anyway. Probably have to eat that meat, eat another one of them. I think that'll work pretty well. Grab a couple of meat. Alright, I might save the game. And then we're going to go out and reorganize, with the light on my helmet on, this kind of fencing. So we're going to move these into place. So obviously these are going to do a heck of a lot better job once I actually get them upgraded. And then in addition to that, it would be awesome to have that extra fencing put in. The barbed wire fencing is what I'm referring to, which I think will be awesome. So let's do this one as well, like that. Probably end up with a few of these left over. Now this is a bit different because it's kind of up a bit higher, isn't it? Doesn't make that much difference. Yeah, so we're going to have a lot of work going through and upgrading all these bits and pieces. Just because of the sheer amount of iron fragments that we'll end up going through. So, where did I put the last one there? So, about there. When it comes fully to morning, we go up on top of the roof. Should be able to see this a little bit better. Where is that showing up? It's kind of right down there, isn't it? Doesn't matter, it still works. You kind of want them to, I don't know, yeah, you kind of want them to hurt themselves. You know, it's good if they can get completely hung up on these things and end up dying before you have to deal with them. And I don't mind if I've got Mike here and they're just running around damaging a few things. Who cares? Mike can go around with his repair kits and just repair everything. Oops. Thought I almost had that in place. There you go. Yeah, so that's all it is. You just have to make sure there's enough repair kits for Mike to use, and every time they launch an attack, you can just defend yourself quite easily. So, catch is, yeah, it takes quite a lot of effort to get yourself to that point where it's well enough defended, I guess. And I think if I'm standing up on top of the building, I might have to find a better way of getting down. I don't know. Because you've got to have some way of standing up somewhere so that you can see exactly where they're attacking. Yeah, about there. Actually, it looks like I'm going to finish this. I'll need a few from the inner circle. So that one, that one, that one. Like, was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 still? My inner fence was, or where the gate was over the other side, that was actually open and they came over here. So, I don't think it's a case of them pathfinding for an opening. I think they just randomly spawn and they kind of seem to come wherever they're fairly close to, I think. That's what it feels like to me. But I'm certain I heard them. In fact, if it's going to be like that, then what I might have to do is put another set of upgraded spikes right near the front door. Because if that's where they're heading, let them come and get, entangled on that first. But yeah, 20 fragments. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of fragments. It's like the two, brick forges I've got upstairs running flat out with stones, 20 stones in them. That's all just for one of these things to be upgraded. It's almost like, feels like it anyway. It's a bit like end game type stuff. Kind of feels like it's actually midnight at the moment, but it's very early morning. Alright, we're getting close now. So say that one. And then I think maybe only one more. Because they're a bit messy the way they're set up at the moment, but anyway. So we'll grab that one. Doesn't matter which way I look at this, I think I might only be able to do one. Is that about right? Maybe like that. Oh no, if I do one more I can kind of push it out into the water a bit more. Yeah, that took quite a fair few of these things out of the equation. I'll have to watch over the next few times that they attack just to see if there's a pattern of where they kind of want to attack. And then make sure I've got these things in places where they're more likely to attack, I suppose. Alright, so that's the actual basic defensive line setup. So, I don't know, that's, who knows whether that kind of thing's going to work really all that well or not, but that's kind of like the best I can do, I think, for the time being. Alright, take that off. Where are we up to for food? That's not too bad. Okay, not too bad at all. So let's go up on top, have a look, see what all this looks like from up here. It's starting to get morning, so that's kind of pretty good timing. In terms of distance, I think this is the best. Hang on. See, if I have a garage where this thing comes in, the garage is right outside of here or right outside the other side, I think I still need a road down here because I want to be able to travel in either direction. And in this game, there's only one ATV and there's one red truck. It's not like other games where you can get multiple vehicles. But yeah, I should be able to, as long as it's light enough in the day, I should be able to see whereabouts they're attacking from up here. It's almost like I feel like I need to have some sort of watchtower in the middle or something. Maybe I need to have some walkway that goes over there, so I can because it'd be easier just to stay around the middle of your base, and then when they attack, know exactly where they're attacking, and then just go down the stairs really quickly, and then out to the fence line to defend it, I suppose. Anyhow, that's by far a big enough area, well and truly, to put everything. Now we just need to make sure that it's defended as best we can, I think. Anyhow, that's the end of this episode, I believe. I'm going to have to call it here. I hope you've enjoyed the episode, and if you have, please go ahead and support the channel by smashing the like button for the video, and if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, you can super help the channel out by subscribing. Alright everyone, thanks so much. Cheers.